and we look at the damage done, and my mind is actually slightly blown. My mind is actually slightly blown. I did not realize that she was doing that much damage. Holy moly. Hello there everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, and in today's video, we're actually on ClairLite's account. So big shout out to ClairLite from my clan cluster for letting me jump on their account, because we're going to be checking out War Mother. War Mother is actually an incredibly good champion, and people really don't pay much attention to her. But we're going to be checking her out in today's video and seeing what we can do with her. Now, we don't have a ton of resources in terms of re-gearing or anything like that. We're going to be sticking with the build that ClairLite made for this champion. I think it's a fine build though. But let's look at her skills and what is it that actually makes War Mother so damn good. So our A1, Cry Havoc, double hitter. Each hit places a 50% decrease attack debuff for 2 turns. So this is absolutely fantastic, right? 100% chance to land decrease attack on each hit. Why is that so good? Well, it means that, for example, in Hydra, when you weak hit, you've got 2 chances, right? And all you need is to hit normally once, and then you will place this. Or if you get unlucky and it gets resisted the first time, you've got another shot to place it on the second hit. So yeah, it's just a fantastic ability that, yeah, is one of the best decrease attack A1s in the game. Really good. Her A2 then, Special Brew, 3 turn cooldown when booked, AoE attack, puts 2 bomb debuffs that detonate after 2 turns. Bomb damage increases by 100% against bosses. We're going to talk about her multipliers in a second. Let's just cover her kit first. Her A3 is a 4-turn cooldown AoE attack. Instantly detonates all bomb debuffs if this champion is under an increase attack buff. And then she also brings you an accuracy and faction crypts aura. Now, why am I saying she is so good? Well, the multipliers on these skills are incredible. So if we simply ignore the bombs for now, let me put this up. So this is comparing to Ethos. Everyone knows about Ethos, Void Nuker, AoE, great for farming, Nightmare Campaign, all that sort of stuff. What are Ethos multipliers? Well, Ethos single target A1, 3.8. His A2 is a 3-turn AoE. He actually has a 4.05 multiplier on that. It's actually slightly lower than I thought it was. Ayumi Love and Hell Hades have different info. I tend to trust Hell Hades a bit more though, and they say 4.05. And then his A3 is a 4.4. That's a 4-turn cooldown AoE. They are his multipliers. Check out War Mother. Her A1 is a 3.8 multiplier, or more specifically, it's a 1.9, but she hits twice, giving you a 3.8. Her A2, which is a 3-turn AoE, has a 4.25 multiplier. Her A3, which is a 4-turn AoE, has a 4.5 multiplier. So actually, believe it or not, her multipliers are slightly better than Ethos, with the exact same cooldown, 2 AoEs, very comparable to Cleopteryx as well. And we know how good Cleopteryx is now with those multipliers. Now, she has 1500 base attack, which is actually very strong as well. That is slightly lower than Ethos, and she gets slightly less damage from books than Ethos will. So her damage is going to be slightly lower than Ethos, but still very, very similar, and with cooldowns in the same sort of vein as he does. So yeah, just like Cleopteryx is effectively very similar to Ethos, albeit from Spirit Affinity, War Mother is very similar to Ethos, but from a blue affinity, which makes her way better just by baseline than people think she is. But it gets even crazier. What about these 2 bomb debuffs? So bomb debuffs have an attack multiplier on them as well. And the bomb debuff, it ignores defense, fully ignores defense. It also ignores any damage boosts from masteries and passives and stuff like that. The only thing that's going to increase the bomb damage is obviously increasing your attack when you place it, so it has that higher attack multiplier. And then they actually changed it fairly recently that the weaken debuff is going to up bomb damage as well. What are the bomb multipliers for War Mother? Bomb, believe it or not, against just normal champions in normal situations, she has, I believe it's let me double check, let me make sure I get this right. Yep, she has a 5.5 multiplier. Okay, 5.5 multiplier according to Hell Hades here when used against champions. That is insane. Guess what? It's also slightly misleading because it says bomb damage increased by 100% against bosses. According to Hell Hades, bombs against bosses is actually not twice. It's actually not twice, but it's a massive 8.5 multiplier. And she puts out 2 of these with each attack. So actually, when we add on bombs, right, to this, we actually get plus 11, right, for her AoE, for her A2. So she actually has a 15.25 damage multiplier on her A2 against champions. Against bosses, that becomes what, plus 17? She has a 21.25 damage multiplier on her AoE against bosses, which is just completely nuts, completely crazy, completely out of this world, which is insane. So yeah, will War Mother do damage? You bet she'll do damage. By the way, to put it in context, Trunda, her A3 is a 6. Yeah, it's a 6 multiplier. It's 3 times 2. So, I mean, War Mother, she's just completely out of this world with her damage potential. It is absolutely crazy. And no one really talks about this at all. So in terms of how we would build her then, this is the way that ClairLite has her built out. He has her, or she has her, they have her with 37,000 health, 1,500 defense. So they have War Mother really built as a glass cannon here. They have her with 6,300 attack. So those bombs are really going to chunk. 215 speed, so a good speed. Plenty of accuracy, 357. But the crit rate and the crit damage is lower. So we could, in theory, this is where it gets a bit complicated, right? So with Ethos, we want to have them around about, 200 and so speed for farming. As high attack as possible, 100% crit rate, and then high crit damage. We can really do the same sort of thing with War Mother. We can do the same sort of thing, but we do need to build that accuracy up as well, right? So 220-ish if you're doing just dungeon farming or Demon Lord Clan Boss. If we're pushing up into Nightmare Hydra, if we're pushing up into Hard Doom Tower, 350 accuracy, perfect. If we're pushing into Arena, that's where it gets very tricky. You're going to want much higher. I'd be saying, 400 plus accuracy, but also bringing increased accuracy debuff so that you actually push up to more like 600 accuracy. If you're playing in an even higher Arena setting, you might want even more accuracy, and that's definitely where it's going to be tricky. Are you able to build high attack and high accuracy? You probably could, but you'd have to sacrifice all that crit rate, so the base multipliers wouldn't work. But there's a whole bunch of things going on here. But it's pretty exciting stuff. So the showcase we're going to show her today, we're going to have that medium crit rate, not much crit damage. So we're going to smack pretty hard with our hits, but not crazy hard. But the bombs are absolutely going to chunk, but just very squishy. It's going to be very hard to keep her alive. With the Masteries, this is how ClairLite set her up. So I actually disagree going into attack. You can see the point being that attack translates into tons of bomb damage. Might be more worth it to go with the crit rate. It sort of depends. I think in the perfect world, you probably get crit rate with gear, and then you could take that attack mastery. I think point for point, the attack mastery is worth more than the crit rate mastery. So that's a cool thing to bear in mind with offense tree. But yeah, I don't know. It's a tough call. And then we've gone down this way. So we're going a little bit all over the place, all sorts of things. We got, I'm in the way slightly, I'm sure. We have War Master down in the corner. And like so, we've got more damage when we're under debuffs, more damage, chance to reduce our cooldowns, that sort of thing. So there's a bunch of stuff going on here. Yeah, I'm not going to dive too much into the Masteries potential builds, but I think it's going to depend on where we're going to be using her. We're going to be trying her out in a couple of different places. So, I mean, if we just jump into a quick old brutal 12-3, like we can see if we put a War Mother, just slap her in there for a bit of fun. So it's not going to be fully consistent because she doesn't have 100% crit rate. But when we do crit, you should see that even with, I'm curious, even with this low crit damage, will she still one-shot them? I suspect she probably will, right? So if we come in with her, we can check out her animations as well. Her A1, I guess she can weak hit some of these affinities, so that's something to watch out for. In fact, if she had slightly more damage, she would have killed him anyway. There we go. We come in with her A2. Even a non-crit absolutely exploded these guys. And then we're back with the A3. Boom. And she just destroyed them. Just like that. Now, obviously, it was slower because we didn't leave it on full auto. But, I mean, I guess if we go in and we full auto it... In fact, with her attack this high, she's pretty much... Oh, we need to auto. Okay. So this is going to slightly slow us down. Does she do stuff in order? Yeah, it looks like she is. She actually procced her reflex thing right there. So slightly so. We lost some time. We're also losing some time due to frame rate. But I just think it's hilarious. Look at this War Mother. Kind of effortlessly just farming brutal. Which is so funny. Like, she smacks so hard. And in fact, the build that Claire has her in here is actually really effective because, yeah, the crit damage is low, but she doesn't even need to crit. Her attack is so high, her multipliers are so high, she kills it anyway. We just got the best time playing on blue stacks at terrible frame rate. We just got the best time. Hilarious, right? Absolutely hilarious. So there you go. War Mother. She does a lot of damage, right? She does a lot of damage. Let's dive in. And the big place I want to try in a number of areas. The big place I want to try her in, though, is Hydra. Now, we're going to go into normal Hydra simply because what is the issue going to be here is that squishiness is going to be the problem. So we got some teams built up. This is the team that ClairLite is normally using, which does 26 million on normal. So I've sort of split this into two different teams, adding in some different champions to see what we can do, and we've got plenty left over. I was doing some testing on this on hard, and it works okay, but you'll see when we look at the stats here that when it comes to hard difficulty, we don't have the stats to maintain it, right? So Lydia is fairly squishy for Lydia, but it's just fine. Super fast, though. But we come across to Ugo is fine as well, but very slow, which is a bit of a bummer. But Geomancer definitely struggles with 1700 defense. That's very low. We could easily drop that down to like 40,000 health, 2,500 defense, and we'd be way, way tankier there. So Geomancer, his defense is very low. As we can see, War Mother, extremely squishy. We'd really want to be pulling back on this to make her work in Hydra. It's going to hold her back for sure in the Hydra. Definitely going to hold her back. Want to, again, be up more like 2,000 defense, 40,000 HP. And the Royal Guard, again, as well, very slow. In fact, we do have a better Royal. Let me actually, the other Royal Guard is better. Let's put in the better one. Here. We've got one Royal Guard, which is bad. This one is better. I think still very squishy, if I'm not wrong. So this Royal Guard, good speed. Proper crit rate this time. But yeah, you can see the issue. 29,000 health, 1,700 defense. Tons of attack. But you don't really need that. Just too. I'm even worried about this Royal Guard on normal. It's just too squishy. Again, more like 2,000 plus attack, 40,000 health. Just building up those defenses better is going to have more of an impact against the Hydra. But let's go in and let's see how War Mother does, especially in comparison to that Royal Guard. Let's see how they do. Another issue we're going to run into is we don't have really any resistance on anyone. So we are using Duchess, which is great. But the problem with Duchess is she puts block debuffs, and that could actually hurt us pretty badly. We need to be very careful in terms of how we use this. We're going to A1 with Geomancer. Here we go. Now with War Mother, this is the thing. We'd love to put her bombs on right now, but because it's going to get cleansed, we're not going to do that. We'll open up with her A3 instead, and we can put the bombs on after the cleanse has happened, and that's going to be fine. So her A3, decent chunk of damage, nothing crazy, but decent. We can smack this guy here with Ugo. We're just sort of chilling at this point, and this is sort of like the standard Royal Guard. This is how much damage their Royal Guard is doing, and it should hit really hard. Okay, it did about 460,000. 459,000 is about how much it did. We'd really like to get block debuffs on this guy. We didn't, so he might steal something here. Luckily, we resisted. That's great. Actually, no, it wasn't a resist. Weak hit War Mother, because War Mother's a good affinity. That's great. And now we're going to be very much slowed down with this run. On this account, we just don't have that many options in terms of... This is awkward. We do it like this. So basically, we can bypass the Poison Cloud using the single target HP burn here from Geomancer. Goes on through it. The only problem is that... Actually, no, it's going to be fine. He's going to put the shield on Mischief. Great, so we can burn this guy, and then we can just start hitting this guy. And we'll actually just A1 here. Look at that decreased attack. Awesome. It's going to help us out for sure. And yeah, we can actually bypass it here. We don't have any like real speed manipulation like I like to use with certain other... on my runs, for example, I use Mother Cybele, etc. that can put decreased speed on this Head of Blight. We don't really have that option on this account. Going to A1, hopefully decreased defense. We do get decreased defense. Great. We might actually have damaged it enough that this could be bad. Yeah, oh, that's kind of bad. Okay, so now we're going to have to switch our target, unfortunately, over to this guy. The HP burn has been removed. Did a little bit too much damage there to our friend, that particular head. We're just going to open up with Lydia, unfortunately, just to get that increased speed and strengthen onto us. It's important to keep that rolling. And again here, because we didn't have the ability to stop the Poison Cloud, And we don't have any AoE HP burn that can go on through it. We're going to have to, once more, bide our time and just patiently wait for these poison clouds to fall off. But once it does, then we can really start doing damage. So we do have to be patient. We do have to bide our time and not rush into things. Going to wait one more turn with Ugo, so I'm going to do the heal right now. I'm also going to wait a turn with Royal Guard. But we should come back around and we should have stuff pretty much good to go after that. I am going to just A1 here. He's not going to get back around to his move for a little bit, so we should be okay. Going to hold off here. Okay, he stole those buffs. That's actually fine. We can live with that. We can live with that. And now we're coming back in. I think we have to wait one more turn. We'll try to get decreased defense on him, or decreased attack on him. Didn't quite work. So a lot of waiting. You can see this is the issue. Definitely getting something like... yeah, Mother Cybele really helps at this sort of situation. Right now, we can actually go straight into Duchess's increase attack. We're actually totally fine, simply because... simply because this guy's going to spread the buffs. We don't need to worry about them being stolen. I'm going to try get decreased speed on this head over here. Great. That's going to slow him down, save us some hassle. This guy's going to hit us hard, but we are okay. And with that, we're pretty much good to start doing some actual damage. Let's put the HP burn onto this head, and now we can sort of take off a little bit and actually make some things happen, which is fantastic. So we'll try smash this, get him stunned, slow him down a bit, buy us some time. But now, here we go. It is time. Let's lay out some bombs. Boom. So we actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bombs right there. That's great. We're going to put Lydia, decrease defense, and weaken. And remember, that weaken debuff is going to up our bomb damage substantially. Weaken does affect bombs now, which is pretty big. So we'll try to pay attention to these as we're coming back around. I think we'll actually be popping them all with War Mother. Here comes the Royal Guard Slam. Again, about 300k. It's a good solid hit. You know, it's nothing to sneeze at. Try get some decreased accuracy out. We got it on Mischief. That's perfect. That is what we want. There we go. He missed his turn. Fantastic. Lydia's coming back around. Yeah, we could definitely try get a longer block buffs on him. We didn't. Maybe on him. No. And he's going to be eaten. But here we go. So now is the... Ooh, actually, it's not the moment of truth. I tell you a lie. We're actually just going to lay more bombs because we got... No, we don't. We're not. Because she's about to cleanse. So we're not. We're going to blow him up. Here we go. It's time to blow up the bombs. We're at 2 million damage right now. We have 7 bombs out there. She has increased attack, so she will blow them up. Let's go, War Mother. There we go. 486,000 damage. Not too bad. In fact, we weak hit, so we didn't blow up 4 of them. There's a bunch that haven't blown up. So in fact, that's correct. We actually did as much as a Royal Guard Slam here on normal, blowing up 3 bombs. There's still 4 out there. That's still, that. To be fair, that's certainly a weakness of the character. That's definitely a weakness that you can't actually necessarily get all these bombs blown up because this cleanse is coming back around. But hey, I mean, that's still something, isn't it? That's still something right there. Okay, so here we go, round 2. What we're going to be trying this time is bringing in Still of the Drakes as just an option that gives us some single target decreased speed to try to get these heads going the way we want to. Now, I don't think she's fast enough. We got the decreased speed. We'll see now if she was fast enough or not. We obviously want to lead with the block buffs now. Here we go. We can nuke with him. So, yeah, let's find out if we're the right speed. We get block buffs. Luckily, Lydia gives us backup block buffs here. What we need is for perfect. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so Still of the Drakes actually lets us do this. That's kind of awesome. And now we can move into more of our damage doing stuff. So we'll see how it goes. We've actually also clapped this head already. He's really gotten smacked around. I'm actually going to put decreased speed back on him temporarily. Still of the Drakes never lands decreased speed that much for me when I'm playing, but today she's doing it like crazy, decreasing all the speeds. So look at that. Smack Head of Mischief. Why the heck not? Cool, cool, cool. Now we can come in, and I think it is actually worth, boom, going in for some brews. There we go, lovely. This guy's going to cleanse himself, Head of Decay, but we're going to get the brews on the others. Then 54k per pop, not too bad at all, not too bad. Increase attack is going to massively up that, and of course these weakens. Going to try get decreased speed on Head of Mischief, perfect. You can see it's a much easier start to the run now. Okay, so now we're looking pretty good. We have block buffs up for the Poison Cloud. The cleanse has come and gone. It is said hello and it has left again. Fantastic. So now we should be in a pretty good spot to start looking into laying some of these bombs and blowing up some of these dudes. We got to wait one more turn here to make that happen. I'm going to save for A3 because of that. It's definitely one downside of this champion. Ugo fully removes both of those debuffs because Ugo always removes heal reduction first. So that is fantastic. Definitely one downside for sure. Let's try get some decreased speeds out with Syl. We're just prioritizing that over A2 because the stuns don't really do anything. So we're not going to have increased attack, unfortunately, here, which sucks. Decreased speed, maybe? Yes, fantastic. That's definitely what we want. So we'll get the bombs out. No increased attack. But look at that. We have all of the bombs. Bombs for days. Lock in the bombs. Everyone, the bombs are here. I repeat, the bombs are here. Can we get back around to blow him up before he shields? He's probably going to shield Mischief. Yeah, definitely going to shield Mischief. Let's try to get a decreased speed on this head as well. Weak hit, so he didn't get it. Yeah, so no bombs on Mischief, but Mischief is almost dead, so at least there's that. We're coming back around. But definitely, it's definitely awkward, I will say, to make War Mother work without a really good team. Like, in these weaker teams, does she work? Here we go. Here come the bombs. Only a little bit. We didn't explode all of those. We exploded none of them, of course, because she had no increased attack. Derp. But the bombs are going off and they are doing damage. So damage is happening. We can see when these guys take their turns, the damage is happening. One of the really nice things actually as well is that because these bombs are AoE, is that it basically gives us a really good shot to like blow up Head of Mischief. Like Head of Mischief right here, he's got Ally Protect. Obviously he's redirecting our hits. Very difficult to sort of guarantee we actually take him down, especially when he starts taking all these extra turns. But we can completely play around that. Yeah, we can actually play around that really well. In fact, we're going to be fine, I think. You see even a Royal Guard Slam's not quite enough. Not quite enough. Oh, maybe this will be enough. Yeah, it is. Just the A1 from War Mother was enough right there. But here we go. Now we can get the decreased defense and weaken to up that bomb damage even more. And yeah, feeling pretty good about that. Feeling pretty good. Okay, here we go. Really nice when Dutch is able to tank that. I think we do go for the AoE block buffs right now, just to lock him down another turn or so. He's going to come around to the cleanse, and we should have our stuff back by then, is what I'm thinking. Okay, I am going to smack this guy. That's going to be fine. Okay, we're going to go for the decreased speed over here. Thank you. And we can definitely try blow up some bombs. Oh, now, she never has it. Damn it. She never has freaking increased attack when we come around to that with this setup. Never, ever. And still does not want to land decreased speed this time. That makes me sad. He has block buffs on, so we can definitely shield ourselves up with some veils. That's going to help a little bit. And yeah, we can just A1 over here. Cool. Without that decreased speed, I'm worried that these bombs aren't going to go off. There we go. 2 bombs, though. 100k each. Beautiful. And those bombs are going to do 100k on every difficulty. Like, it's completely... We should hold on to this at this point. It's completely scaled because, yeah, it just doesn't matter, right? There we go. The bomb's doing their damage again. Okay, this is a bummer. I will save her A2 here. Very rarely, but just because she's going to do it right after. Okay, res him up. Now, this is where it could get a little bit tricky. Hopefully, we're coming back around to our move soon. We get decreased speed on him. Nope, nothing. Oh, man, she doesn't have it. She does not have it. That is sickening. Okay, but hopefully she'll get around, even though she's the slowest Hugo in the world. Hopefully she'll get around to block buffs before this guy's able to spread stuff. We'll see how their turn meters compare. Let's pray. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to actually break this guy either. Put some bombs on. These are not increased attack bombs because her stuff got stolen. So that is a bit sad. But again, this guy, no worries here. He's dead to the bombs. Like, we don't really have to worry. There we go. Block buffs on most of them. Good. Good, good. Okay, that makes me happy. Let's actually just go with the AoE. Okay. Try break his thing if she comes around. No, he gets fully healed. That's a bit sad. But still, we're up to 10 million. Not too bad. Now, this is, however, getting a little scary. Big chunk right there. Lovely. Definitely get a nice heal. Try top us up some. There we go. Now I feel a bit better. Try get decreased speed on him. I guess it doesn't really matter because he's going to die anyway, isn't he? He is definitely going to die. Yes. Let's try get decreased attack on our friend right here. There we go. You can shield us up. Should be no problem because he should just die to the bombs. Easily dies to the bombs. Lovely. And we can get a nice takedown in on that. He actually breaks free from that. Good. Get a leech on this head so we can heal tons from that decapitated bonus. He blows up from the bombs. Nice. All right. Well, we're coming to the end, guys. 21 million almost. We might get there. We have some bombs still out there. You can see that we have some bombs still waiting to explode. We have a stun. Eaten. Don't die from the poisons. Hold on. Okay. I don't think all the bombs are going to go off, tragically. Just hit whatever's the easiest thing to hit. Nothing. Okay, some bombs went off. Oh, they are going to go off. Look at that. We got some extra bomb value because Syl escaped. She's about to be eaten once again. There we go. But yeah, I mean, 21.5 million damage on Hydra normal. And we look at the damage done. And my mind is actually slightly blown. My mind is actually slightly blown. I did not realize that she was doing that much damage. Holy moly. Look at that damage, guys. Royal Guard with 4.4 million. Cool. That max HP nuke. Very cool. However, War Mother coming in with 10 million damage. Now that's pretty nice. Obviously, this is only Hydra normal, guys, but that's just sort of based off of the gear that we have here on the account. Like, that's actually not bad at all. That's actually pretty cool. That's pretty fun. So it's not as good as ClairLite's best key. Their best key, they did 26 million damage with these champions last time. But hey, we got a really good key out of this. So this was, what? This is 21 normal? Let's say 21 mil normal. Okay, cool. But that opens us up to bringing in a whole bunch of other champions. Like, we've got a ton of top tier champions. We have another Royal Guard. We have Assisia. We've got Mashald, Arbiter. What's his face? Angel Man. We've got them all. The Pig Man. We've got them all ready to go for another team. So that's a second really good team. That is impressive. Now, obviously, Royal Guard's damage scales up as you go up the difficulties. But the thing about War Mother is that her damage doesn't go down. It doesn't go down because bombs ignore defense. So basically, her bombs right now, if Weaken is out, if she has increased attack when she places the bombs do 100,000 damage each. And that's going to be the same on normal. It's going to be the same on Nightmare. It's always going to be the same because they ignore defense. It's purely based on her own attack. Definitely the issue with this War Mother, but it's also the issue with this Royal Guard. I mean, we compared her. It's a pretty good comparison because, yeah, she's got 6k attack. But, I mean, she doesn't have much crit rate. 6k attack. She's super squishy. So is this Royal Guard. He's almost 5k attack. 255% crit damage. You know, this is not an undergeared, in terms of damage at least, Royal Guard. I'd say for Hydra overall, very undergeared because you want your Royal Guards to be tanky. It's not built for Hydra, clearly. This is a Royal Guard built to nuke dungeons and stuff like that. And that's fine. But War Mother, she's in there and she's doing stuff similarly. Definitely the downside, obviously, when we go into other difficulties, higher difficulties, is that she's going to lose something to get HP. Whereas Royal Guard can easily drop like 2,000 attack, turn that into HP and defense with different gearing. He probably want more speed as well. Like, all he needs for his damage is his crit rate and his crit damage. Whereas War Mother, I guess all she needs is accuracy and attack. So it's a similar sort of thing, right? We can just sacrifice all of her crit rate and crit damage, build her attack super high, and she's going to clap. It's pretty cool. Or then again, obviously, if you're in lower difficulties like this, you could maybe drop her attack a little bit, keep her still fairly squishy. Obviously, you could drop her accuracy. She doesn't need that much for normal Hydra, or hard even, or even brutal. For Nightmare, yeah, but you're fine apart from that. Yeah, you could up her crit rate and then really get her smacking physically harder as well. But I'm surprised because honestly, we ran into a few issues. Like, it was difficult to keep increased attack on her with this team. Like, an Arbiter would be more consistent to keep increased attack on and maybe get her around it to more turns. Definitely we had an issue, which is it was difficult to actually make the bombs explode on the decapitated heads. That was difficult to do. Maybe an Arbiter would help with that somewhat, or more speed control. But is War Mother good from this testing? I actually think, yeah. It's funny, while I was doing the run, I was thinking, man, I don't know, is she really working? Like, there's a lot of bombs being cleansed. She's not getting great hits on the decapitated heads. Increased attack isn't always on. I felt like there was a lot of stuff going wrong, and I was worried we'd get to the end of the run and there'd be no damage. And then we did get to the end of the run, and I was like, boom. She actually more than doubled Royal Guard's damage, which is kind of crazy. So, is she good for this? She is super, super good, guys. Super good. Very briefly then, for the end, let me grab this. Let me move this to the side. I do want to show a cool little run here in Clan Boss as well. I believe it's this one. Yeah, so this is the Clan Boss team that ClairLite has set up here. So they've got Duchess, they have Cardial, that's his name, Lydia, Ninja, and War Mother. This was like the craziest run ever. We might do another video looking at this. I've never seen anything quite like this. This was ridiculous, and this is his setup, and there you go. And War Mother is set to this. Let's jump into the run. Here we go. And actually, let me pause it real fast. Let me turn up the speed here. But the actual crazy thing about this, we're not going to watch the whole run. I'll show you some of the start and show you some of the end. I've never seen anything like it. They're dying all the time, but they keep using Revive on Death. They keep using Duchess, AoE Revive, and Cardial just does so much healing. I've actually never seen anything like it. It was completely crazy. But again, we can see the bombs that are coming out from War Mother. The bombs explode. They do 100k, right? If Weaken is on the boss, if she has increased attack, it's 100k no matter what the enemy is. It's always going to be 100k. If she doesn't have those buffs, it can be as low as 50k. I think with increase, with Weaken, it goes up to 67. And then obviously 67, you give her increased attack, 50% more damage, 33 plus 67. That's where you get to the 100k. But like, if we skip on to near the end of this run, like, let me show this to you. This was absurd. This is for ClairLite with the gear that ClairLite has right now. They said that it's a often, look at this. They all die and then they're back up again. It's often a 2-key run on Ultra Nightmare. Not 100% of the time, but it often is. But I mean, look at Cardial, man. Like, Cardial just keeps doing his A1, joining in on attacks. And look, people got revived from death and they're just back to full health. Now, they're obviously super squishy, these champions. But nonetheless, I've never seen anything like this. What a crazy run. And War Mother's obviously in here, bringing you that super consistent decrease attack. And also those bombs doing all that damage. Again, not always with the increased attack. Duchess doesn't keep that increased attack up 100% of the time. Look at this. They're all dead. We hop back up. We get knocked down. We get up again. I think there's a point here where they literally all die. Like, literally everyone is dead. And then they just stand back up. We'll see if we can get to that. Maybe it's here. Yeah, okay. Almost everyone dies. And it's like, whoop, pop back up. Revive on death. Like, it's just crazy. It is just crazy. Like, what a run. What a run. It's more exciting in some ways than the Hydra stuff I was showing you, arguably. I mean, look at this. Cardial just has them almost topped up. This might be the bit, because people are super squishy, where stuff goes wrong. Let's see. Angel Song. Watch this. I'm pretty sure this is the bit where they all die. They're all very low life right here. It's like, this looks pretty bad, right? This looks pretty bad. Everyone's dead. No, they're not. Like, what is that? Ridiculous. So you can see War Mother here. How do we do in the end? We did 35.01. So I think that's just short of a 2-key. Let me actually hit play again, so there's not as much artifacting. There we go. But yeah, you can see in terms of the damage output, War Mother did 8.8 million. It's not bad. I feel like she got interrupted a lot from dying so much, compared to Ninja had 19 million. So Ninja did a lot more. War Mother's still doing pretty good damage though, and she's bringing the decreased attack. So decent in Clan Boss for sure. Definitely decent in Clan Boss. It'd be interesting to try her out in other teams. But like, yeah, I just, again, thank you so much to Sin, ClairLite here for letting me jump on, try some stuff on their account. Yeah, definitely some cool stuff going on. I'm really impressed with War Mother. I think War Mother is amazing. Really, really good. Yeah, I was super impressed, honestly. I think she's a great champion. She does tons of damage, great damage output, absolutely smacks, absolutely claps. The bombs do great work. Definitely, like, you know, if I ever pull her myself, we could revisit like your masteries and how we would gear her and try to figure that out. I think definitely you give her these refresh accessories and she's going to be an absolute monster. And I certainly think her best gear set, also worth mentioning, for Hydra. Obviously, it wouldn't work in that clan boss run though. That's an issue. But relentless gear would be amazing. If you get her into high attack percent relentless gear with enough accuracy, maybe you need like an accuracy aura, and you need to run like you could run. I don't know if he has her yet. No, he doesn't have her yet. But Mithrala Lifebane, like someone that's really good at keeping your team alive and has a really good accuracy aura. You could run that with War Mother potentially and make her work really, really well. But yeah, I honestly, for normal and for hard as well, I can say that for sure. War Mother is one of the top damage dealers. She absolutely smacks. Those bombs do so much damage. They do so, like we said, I mean, you come in against a boss, her A2 is effectively an AoE with a 21.25 multiplier. And you multiply that by you're hitting 4 things with that. Like, it's so much damage. It's so much damage when she's able to deliver with those bombs. It is insane. Yeah, War Mother, really cool champion. I hope you guys enjoyed this thing, checking her out. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.